Doing a little quick review on this micro engraver I received from Harbor Freight. I needed to engrave a couple of things for my daughter. She brings things to school, like headphones over the ear, and you know, they're Frozen, you know, the movie Frozen earphones, and kids like them, and we didn't want them to disappear, so they say, you know, write something on them. So I picked up this engraver. It's $9. I had a 20% off coupon, you know, so you get like 2 1/4 off of that. Plus I had a coupon for a free item. Anytime I go to Harbor Freight, I try to only buy one thing because I want to get my free stuff. Some of the free things I get is these flashlights. Not really great, but I could throw these anywhere in my bag for work when I work in tight spaces. 9 LEDs, uses 3 AAA batteries, and it comes with batteries, so that's cool. Other thing is sometimes you get a coupon for a magnetic tray. These are great. Keep all your screws together. And another freebie, tape measures. I think I have a dozen of these now. 25-foot tape measures. They're great. I put them different places in my vehicle, you know, in the cab, outside the cab of the truck, on the kitchen table, in one of the silverware drawers, you know, in my office, a few in the garage, because every time I go to grab it I want it at arm's reach. So I have a bunch of these. So this engraver is part or item number 98227. It comes with the batteries for it and an Allen key. Not sure what the Allen key is for yet. However, I expected the batteries to be a name I can't pronounce. These are Maxell batteries, which back in the day, when going back to cassette tapes, Maxell was the brand we often bought if we want to record something worth keeping. So let's take out the 2 batteries here. And I'm going to end up tearing this open. Allen key and the engraver. So split off. Now, I know batteries. I made the comment about the battery. There's only so many battery makers out there. The only one that comes to mind is like Union Carbide, and I know there's others. I didn't research it beforehand. But Maxell batteries. Let's see what the date code is. This 2021. All right. And the Allen key is for the head, so apparently you can replace this bit. So let me see. Tickles, that's for sure. So what would be showing something without engraving it? So I got my freebie Harbor Freight flashlight here. And let's see if I can actually write steady here. You can see it says Harbor Freight. I know you don't care that, but I want this camera to actually focus. Come on, I know you can do it. Alright, there you go, Harbor Freight. So I am going to just write my initials on it. Holy cow. That's like a runaway freight train. You gotta, wasn't prepared for that. Well, it definitely isn't precision, but there's no doubting that this is mine. Now, let's see if I can get this thing to focus in. Come on, there you go. MMM. And Harbor Freight. So that engraved pretty well. My daughter took her headphones today, so I cannot engrave those on there to show. But let's find something else to engrave, shall we? Here's my my magnetic tray here. And rather than do it on the inside, I'm going to do it on the outside. Now I'm not putting a lot of pressure on there, but it's struggling. Could be the different kinds of material. Or the batteries are just junk. Or the tool is junk. Could be any one of those. Alright, this might be a little harder to see because of the reflective surface. I might not pick it up on camera. Hey, there you go. Apologize. Come on. There it is. Let's see how well it does in plastics. I got enough of these tape measures. We'll see how it does. Wow, it does the worst job on plastic, it seems. You know what it is? It goes in the material so quickly, buries itself, that it does some wacky things. It's like working through the gears of a stick. And I don't like the way it actually worked at all on the plastic. But it's probably my technique. Not going to blame the tool just yet. There you go. I'd like to engrave my wife's glasses. That would be kind of hysterical for about a minute. But obviously I've only used this for a couple of minutes. But it does what it's supposed to. Anything that's not extremely important, or valuable I should say, I'll probably engrave so I know it's mine if I have to lend it out. My daughter's headphones. This is not a common item, so I probably won't engrave that unless I lend it out to somebody. So that's, you know, the little light. I reviewed this in another review about the same time. But anything of any value that I might throw around, like at work, someone borrows a tool, screwdriver set, or anything like that. Anyway, so again, that was the review of the micro engraver from Harbor Freight, item number 98227, Chicago Electric. You know, one thing about Harbor Freight, you know, people say the tools are junk, don't buy them, whatever. The hand tools seem to be pretty solid. I needed a rubber, was it a rubber mallet? And I bought it there because it was half the price of Home Depot, which happens to be next door. I also visit Lowe's a lot. I bought a bunch of their hand tools and they work great. I also bought a 1/2-inch hammer drill. When I bought that hammer drill, again, I digress here, I bought it because my Ryobi, I burnt out the clutch and the hammer drill. I was drilling holes in some concrete. So I had a coupon, went to Harbor Freight, probably picked it up for about 25 bucks, and boom, went through all those holes, you know, plugged it in 110, it wasn't battery operated. And it went through everything. I said, that's great, it lasted me. So even if I didn't get to use it again, it was well worth it. But then I needed to stir up some not some cement, but some grout and some other materials, because I was retiling a floor, and put it in drill mode, and that thing worked like a champ. I got the stirrer too, I believe, at Harbor Freight, you know, and it worked great. So even, I hear the biggest thing is with those clutches, again, I'm getting off topic here, is that, you know, the drill still works, but it works great for me. I bought a $150 Bosch multi-tool, and then I returned it. I says, I haven't used it yet after like a couple of months, so I returned it to Home Depot, and I got a coupon, and I went to Harbor Freight and bought their $15 one, and I used it, and it works great. It doesn't have multi-speed, but I didn't need it to have multi-speed. Again, I know I'm rambling on a little bit, but I just want to say is, you know, the people who criticize Harbor Freight know they're not the greatest, but now everything seems to be made in China, you know. But the same wrench set I bought at Harbor Freight, I brought over to Lowe's and compared it to the Cobalt, and it was the same plastic packaging, the same blister pack that held all of them together, and they were twice as much. And I'm not a mechanic, but I do work on my vehicles, so, you know, again, I'm rambling on a little bit here. But this tool, it's probably not going to get a ton of use, but when I use it, it's going to turn out to be handy. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you like the video, give it a like. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I don't throw videos out there too often, but, you know, I try to pass on some helpful information whenever possible. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.